Hey folks, before I get into today's video, I want to point out something that I discovered that's kind of amazing and actually kind of frightening at the same time. I'm preparing content for my website. The website I have up right now is kind of temporary. I got a better version that I'm working on. It's more pleasing to look at. It's easier to navigate, and it's going to explain my illness in more detail. So right now I'm working on the YouTube portion of it, and I'm going through my old videos and creating keywords so that I can make searching a lot easier. And in order to make keywords, I am watching my videos as I add them to figure out what keywords I actually need. And you can probably hear right now how I'm talking. I get pauses in there, and just the way I talk now, because of my illness, a lot of times I'll say something that doesn't make sense, and other times the train of thought will just kind of stop, and I'll pause for a second to figure out what it was I was talking about. And this is the way I speak now. But I found this video that I have made in the past, and it's called Important Mobility Scooter Safety Issue. And I uploaded this in April of 2015, so it's kind of lost in the background now, and it's kind of an important video, so I'm going to play it again here, just to renew it and bring it back to the front, I guess you could say. But what amazes me about this is this was all done in one take, and I didn't use a voice recorder. I just talking to the camera. I was using my Fuji, which got a really good microphone on it, so it picked up my voice quite well. But I go through this whole video, like I say, in one take, and I had a couple hiccups, but I only really made one mistake through the whole video. It was almost perfect talking to it. And if I remember correctly, this is the first time I actually talked to the camera and not did a voiceover that I could edit the mistakes out of. But it amazes me. I got through it like almost perfectly fine. So I'll play the video, and you can, if you've been watching my videos, you hear, the pauses and mistakes, kind of like I'm doing right now. And I'm not going to edit this voiceover. I'm going to leave it just as it is, because this is the way I talk. And a lot of times I prefer making a voiceover for my videos, because I can go back and edit the mistakes out, or if there's pauses like I'm doing right now, I can shorten them to make it sound like a normal speech. But I'm going to leave this one as is, because this is the way I speak. And I'll play this video now, and this is how I used to speak. Today I'm going to show you a safety issue that I have with this scooter. In my opinion, it's a rather serious safety issue that should be addressed. The company that I bought the scooter from, I pointed it out to the tech guy when he came to service this one time, but nothing's ever been done about it, and I don't ever expect anything to be done. So I'm making this video for you as a warning. This is where you charge your scooter. Okay, you slide this little door open, and you stick the charger in, turn the charger on, and away we go. Now, the problem is when you're finished charging. Take the charger cable out, and if you forget to close this door, that's where the safety issue comes in. This happened to me when I first got it out, within the first week or two, I'm not sure which. I was driving down the road, and I was coming up to a stop sign, and just before I let go of the throttle lever, like this, it's got red for backwards and green for forward, but they're both connected together, so whichever way you move one, the other one moves the opposite. So I'm going full throttle down the road, and I hear this click, and I feel the throttle jerk. So what had happened
was the throttle had become stuck behind this door. It slipped behind it. And so when I let go of the throttle, it won't do it now. Yeah. But when I let go of the throttle, it stayed there. So of course the scooter's still going full speed. Now, it didn't take me long to figure it out because the click kind of caught my attention and I realized what had happened. I just kind of, slipped the door out of the way and the throttle released. Now, this happened to me again the other day. I've been trying to do it for this video, but no matter what I do, I can't get it to actually work when I want it to. But if you listen, you can hear it scraping. Actually, I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see a little better. Maybe the camera will focus. Please. Okay, not so far. Come on. Alright, I'll do it this way then. I'll just take it up and hold it by hand. Okay, so if you see it, it's actually scraping against it. But if it slips behind it, it stays there. Now, the problem is, you can imagine that you are an elderly person and you're out going shopping or whatever, and you're cruising down the road and you come up to a red light and you let go of the throttle and all this traffic's going by and your scooter decides it doesn't want to stop. You can imagine the panic, right? So unless you realize what's happened and you slip that out of the way, the only other option is to quickly turn it off, because then the brakes will come on, it'll stop dead, tires will lock up and everything, and you'll stop. But you have very, very little time to decide that, depending on where it is that you let go of the throttle. So to me, that is a very serious issue that should be addressed, and in my opinion, these things should be recalled and that moved, or have some other type of cover for this, maybe like a little rubber cap that opens up or whatever. Something should be done about it, but it probably never will be, because probably nobody else is complaining about it, and who knows. But in case you have one of these scooters, this is an OrthoQuad ES950. So if you have one of these scooters, just remember, when you're done charging, close that door. Do not forget. Take care.
So that was the video. You can hear how well I was speaking in that. And this was April 2015. So 3.5 years ago. And you can see just how much my illness has advanced to the point where I can't speak like that anymore. And like I said, this is why I've been doing voiceover, because I can edit, and these errors aren't actually in the video. You won't hear them. So I just wanted to play that because I was actually kind of really surprised at how much I don't even know how to put it. And now I completely forget what I was talking about. Basically how much my illness has advanced in that short period of time. And it really surprises me, and I'm actually kind of frightened by that. Because in a new website I'm going to be going into depth with each of the problems that I have that this illness has brought on, and doing research on that. I was actually surprised at how much I'm actually affected by the fibromyalgia. There's so many problems that come with it, and I've got pretty much all of them. But I also discovered some things that I have that I have to look forward to, and that kind of scares me. So I don't know what else to say about that. But I figured this was an important video, so I wanted to replay it again anyways. But it just amazes me between then and now how I speak. So let's get into today's video. So yesterday I put the final 2x6 on the shelter, and I kind of had to get everything done because there was a threat of rain. And once I was finished, I went out to Walmart. But by the time I was finished doing that work, I was so beat, and even just driving the scooter was pretty much a chore at that point. So I'm still not 100% totally recovered from that, and I got some heavy work to do today. So this one isn't quite as important to get finished, even if it does rain. But we don't really have a threat of rain for tonight, so it doesn't matter if I finish it or not. But I am going to go to Walmart first while I've still got, somewhat I don't know what I'm trying to say here. Well, I've got enough energy to do it, put it that way. So now I can use as much energy as I want, wear myself out, and all I really need to do is go to bed. If you remember in the springtime, all the mud that was here, it was an absolute horrible mess. Monster tires would spin in it, and it would sink down and created ruts in the ground. Gave me an idea where I normally park, but it was a real pain. Plus, putting rocks on the outside of the shelter will also help to keep the dog from digging craters, which is a constant problem. So, that's what my project is today. Get these rocks in place. I don't completely finish. I'll have a second part, another video. But this is how it went today anyways.